Telecom stocks were in focus on Friday. Vodafone Idea in particular was down more than 10% after Goldman Sachs put a target price of ₹2.5 and they downgraded Indus Towers too after the steep run-up. Gaurav Malhotra, Executive Director, Axis Capital, is now with us on the show. Gaurav, there was some optimism going into Vodafone Idea post the fundraise, the promoter infusion. But on Friday, again, after concerns were flagged off by Goldman Sachs about the survival of Vodafone Idea and how it will thrive in the environment, where do you stand on Vodafone Idea and what's the outlook on the telecom sector?
Yeah, good morning, everyone. So on the telecom sector, the telecom sector is right now going through a period of very strong tailwinds. Right, the competitive intensity has meaningfully declined. Right, we saw that with tariffs. The regulatory issues which have plagued the sector in the past many years have also been sort of sorted out, except for this AGR issue, which is the one issue which is pending. So going ahead, with 5G being monetized, tariff increases, peak of the capex behind us, the sector is well placed to deliver pretty strong free cash flow over the next 2-3 years, especially Jio and Bharti. Now, on your question of Vodafone Idea, so currently we have a reduced rating with around 15.5 rupees price target. And the way we are seeing it is that, look, we are giving the company benefit of improving business post the fundraise. We also believe that there is a high probability of some relief in the AGR liability case. But given how the stock has run up from its FPO price, so right now we are sort of staying on the sidelines on this name.
So if there is relief in the AGR case, what will the target price rise to for Vodafone Idea?
So our target price assumes some relief from the calculation perspective, which is around 3 to 4 rupees a share. So the target price of 15.5 assumes that some relief on the AGR liability case.
And on Indus Towers, do you think the stock has run ahead of fundamentals?
So we don't have an official coverage on Indus Towers, so I'll refrain from giving comments on that.
All right. What about Bharti Airtel? It stood the test of time. It's been doing well for the longest time until Vodafone did extremely well. This was the only game in town when it came to playing pure play telecom. Where do you stand on that right now?
Bharti is in very good shape, right? So if you take a step back, we are in a period today which is something similar to what we saw in 2006, 7, 8, which is, benign competitive intensity and free cash flow generation. Obviously, that time the growth was much faster, given that it was a tele-density kind-led growth. But in terms of the absolute free cash flow, I think so the company will be generating a pretty strong free cash flow. We are of the view that there is a high chance that there could be some sort of a formalization of dividend policy from this name in the coming quarters, just because of the free cash flow generation, and that could become an additional catalyst for the name going ahead.
Okay. When you say that you're expecting some relief in the AGR case, could you quantify that? So, for instance, Vodafone Idea's AGR dues is 70,000 crore. How much do you think it can come down to, according to your own estimates that you've priced in?
So it could based on the errors in calculation, it could come down to, say, roughly around 40,000 crores.
Okay, and so your 15.5 target price, it comes down to 40,000 crore. So it reduces by 30,000 crore. And 15.5 takes into account that. So yes, unless it's more, don't expect too much upside in Vodafone Idea.
Yeah,
according to you.
See, the relief the relief is predicated on the errors in calculation, which is sure, where the case has been filed at.
Understand what's already priced in by the market. And in terms of tariff hikes, your own estimate, when is the next one, and after that, what could be the cycle of tariff repair?
See, the thing is, we are not of the view that the tariff increases will happen every year, right? The 2 to 3 years, which has been the case in the past from 2019 onwards. So you will see the industry taking increases sporadically, but not on a recurring basis. And that's the way we are sort of looking at it. See, end of the day, it takes around 6 months for the tariffs to just get absorbed within the system itself. So then to assume that every 12 months you will be having a tariff increase is a little bit aggressive in our view.
By the way, Gaurav, do you track any of the sort of telecom equipment sort of companies at all? No. Okay. Only the
Okay.
operators. Thank you very much. Appreciate you joining in and running us through what you make of the space and some of these individual names.